everyone, this is Kassie and these are the weekly tarot horoscopes for the week of June 27th to July the 3rd. If you want to see last week's predictions, you can click on the link on the top of the screen. And if you are looking for a more personal and detailed consultation, you can always find me on my website www.kassikai.com, an easy-to-use online platform where you will also get 3 free minutes with your subscription. Our deck for today is the Tarot of the Divine, very interesting and unique deck, as each card is also a folklore story from all over the world. But let's get on with the predictions. For Aries, we had the Knight of Pentacles and now the Six of Swords. Both cards show movement, as knights are always associated with movement, with a quest, or with a goal you have. However, this is the most slow-moving knight, while the Six of Swords shows an acceleration. It shows that things that started last week or 2 weeks ago are now starting to speed up. The Six of Swords shows you taking distance from a situation that can be stressful, and that's because you cannot find a solution now, and you may decide to let it be for now, to do other things and let things unfold organically, because you are feeling fed up and you don't want to make any more effort. You will be able to see a situation objectively to gain a different perspective. If someone said or did something and you took it personally, this week you will see it from a different angle and you will feel that you are disengaging emotionally. If you want to know how someone feels about you, there is an improvement in your emotional connection. It doesn't necessarily show that feelings are getting stronger, but it does show that intense energies are settling down, and if there has been a disagreement, for instance, you will be able to connect in a way that's more balanced. Also, communications will improve, as swords are associated with communications, with how we express our thoughts, our feelings, and there will be more positive energies around your communications. Something that has been blocked, now it's getting unblocked, and the energy flows more freely, more effortlessly. Saturday or Sunday seem to be the strongest days, especially when it comes to communications. The Six of Swords is Mercury in Aquarius, and that's about being diplomatic and remaining neutral, so if anyone pushes you to take sides this week, don't do that. Take a more detached approach and filter situations through a rational lens. You will find that someone is being very unpredictable or unconventional this week, or you too may feel tempted to break some rules, which is okay if you are aware of what you are doing and what the consequences might be. For Taurus, we had the Six of Swords and now the Star. The Six of Swords is an energy that takes you away from stressful and difficult situations. It's about letting go, moving in new directions, so you may have decided to do just that last week and to remove yourself from something that did not feel aligned. So perhaps you stopped your efforts and took distance, waiting to see how a situation will unfold without you making too much effort. As the Six of Swords, the Star too is an air card, and air is our thoughts, our communications. It's the way we perceive things, and there will be something or someone that will guide you in a new direction. Imagine the energy of the star as guidance, like stars in the sky that people use to navigate, to find their way. You will get messages from spirit, or messages from other people, or even intuitive messages that will come through dreams or through intuitive impressions. This week your direction will get clear and it will be easy for you to see what your next steps should be. The star is associated with Aquarius, and Aquarius is future-oriented, so you will be thinking about your future, you will be making plans about your future. However, when it comes to emotions, you will keep some distance and you won't engage too much emotionally, or there might be someone who's emotionally distant. If you're wondering how this person feels, they seem to be in two minds between getting closer together and maintaining their independence, as that's the energy of the Aquarius. And you may respond by mirroring their attitude, giving off the same energy that you receive. This card is often about what's written in the stars, your soul purpose, or a relationship you need to be, or a career path you have to explore, as a means of spiritual growth. The message here is that everything that is meant to be will come into being. It's possible that you will connect with someone who has the same spiritual trajectory as you, or you may decide to explore new paths of spirituality. If something or someone needs healing, this will be a good week for emotional or physical improvement when it comes to health matters. For Gemini, we had the Four of Wands and now the Queen of Swords. The Four of Wands is the end of the stage where you pause to celebrate a success, so it often comes with a reward. It's a good vibe, good energy, as it shows that you have made progress and you've completed an important stage. The Queen of Swords is someone who's an air sign or ascendant, and that person will play a role in this week in your life. There will probably be a very important talk or message, a talk about a relationship, as the Four of Wands is associated with official and established relationships, so the talk will be about that most likely. There might be a disagreement, nothing too serious or disruptive, but it will be something that will require your attention or a clarification in order to move to the next stage. The Queen of Swords seems to be the person or the event that triggers the beginning of a new phase after the Four of Wands. Perhaps something was not clear and you wanted to express your thoughts, to give or get an explanation, to see the whole picture, and that's going to happen this week. The Queen of Swords is about doing what is right, what is fair. It's about the truth. You will know the truth of a situation. If you want to know how someone feels about you, they are rationalizing their feelings. They are filtering their feelings through logic, and the reactions will be in tune with what their logic tells them. That means they may not be very expressive emotionally. But this is an air energy, and since you two are an air sign, you understand this kind of energy very well. You will be on the same wavelength, and you will communicate in a way that brings more understanding in a situation. The Queen of Swords has a timeline of 12 days approximately, and there will be some talks or negotiations that will start this week, and they will probably be completed in 2 weeks' time. Communications will be very intense this week. There will be phone calls, messages, emails, and also lots of activity on social media. For Cancer, we had the King of Pentacles and now the Lovers. The King of Pentacles is a very grounding energy. Maybe you had talks about practical matters, career matters, money, or the practicalities in a relationship, and personal relationships will be in your focus this week, as the Lovers usually refer to personal and romantic relationships. So last week's King of Pentacles could be a romantic partner, someone who has feelings for you, or someone you're interested in, an Earth sign or ascendant most likely. The Lovers usually involves a decision, and it's a decision that will give you the chance to take the next step in a relationship, if you make that decision this week. And that may not be an easy one, and you may find yourself in a dilemma, and thinking about the King of Pentacles, that dilemma may have to do with something material or practical. For instance, there might be a contrast between your relationship and your work. The Lovers is one of the karmic cards, and that means, first of all, there might be a connection in your life, an existing connection or a new connection that feels fated. And maybe you don't understand why you feel such a strong attraction that's too intense for both of you, and maybe you feel that you are soulmates or twin flames. But what I want to say here is that you should not tolerate bad behaviors hiding behind spiritual concepts like soulmates. If someone treats you badly, makes you feel bad, no matter who they are, you should not let them drain your energy. Karmic relationships often have many challenges because they come into our life to teach us lessons, or because we need to give someone a lesson that may not always be obvious in the beginning. If you want to know how someone feels about you, their feelings are romantic, sexual, but perhaps they are hesitating to take action because there is a decision they have not yet made, but they will soon have to make. Saturday seems to be the strong day of this week, and it's when the energy of the Lovers will culminate. For Leo, we had the Hermit and now the Sun. The Hermit indicates that you must have felt the need to be alone for a while, to detach from a situation that was very charged emotionally. There was this need to retreat, to withdraw, but the Sun shows that you are coming out to the light again. The Hermit too has his own light, the lantern he's holding in his hand, and that means he's looking for the truth, for clarity. With the Sun, you will find clarity now, as something will be revealed, something will make sense, and the energy will be very different. You will feel more social, more outgoing. If something was disrupted under the energy of the Hermit, especially communications, now you will start talking, there will be healing, joy, good energy. You will receive good news this week. News that may have to do with a health matter that's being resolved. News that may have to do with a health matter that's being resolved. This is a good week to heal yourself physically and emotionally, so do what's necessary to improve your physical and emotional health. You will organize some fun activities and you will spend time with friends. This week you will be in the spotlight in some way. Think of the Sun and how it's the center of our solar system and the planets revolving around it. That's how this week will be for you. People revolving around you, and one way or another you will shine, you will stand out and you will be noticed. This is a very favorable week to ask for favors, as people will easily give you what you want, more easily than in last weeks at least. There will be a very significant development, a very significant revelation between now and August, and there will be a person who's a Leo Sun or Ascendant in your life, and you will have a great time with that person. You will share a very special connection. It's important to be transparent in your dealings with others, and you will see that the positive energy you give off comes back to you. The Sun has a 1-year cycle, so it's possible that something that started a year ago will now be completed, or you may start something that will be finished around June, July next year. As you must have guessed, the strong day of this week is probably Sunday. For Virgo, we had the Queen of Pentacles and now it's the Fool. From the seriousness of the Queen of Pentacles, this week your life will be more fun, energies will be lighter, you will feel more optimistic, and that's probably because there will be a new beginning for you, or you will see potential where previously you couldn't see any. The Fool is fresh energy, it's the energy of fresh starts, and if you want to know how someone feels about you, they want to get to know you better. If that's a relationship that's just started, or they are willing to put your relationship on a new basis to see it under a different and more positive light. They are willing to work on your relationship, to make effort, especially if before they weren't open to such a possibility. The Fool is associated with the planet Uranus that favors innovation, new things, new beginnings, unusual and unconventional situations, so this week you may meet someone who's very unusual or eccentric, and you will also notice that people are acting in unpredictable ways, which can be a little weird, and generally you should be prepared for the unexpected. Uranus is also known as the Awakener, because with this energy you might get a wake-up call that will make you realize the reality of the situation, and you will feel that under the energy of the Fool anything is possible, but that's not without taking risks. There's always risk involved with this card, and at times a leap of faith is needed for you to liberate yourself from stale and stagnant energies that are holding you back. If you want to know how someone feels, they feel very attracted to you in a way that they cannot explain. They find you very interesting, special, unusual. Given the unpredictable energy of this card, their feelings may be fleeting or they may change very rapidly. So it's best that you give it some time and see how things are unfolding before you get high expectations from this connection. The beginning of the week seems to be the strongest, so Monday or Tuesday are the days that hold the strongest energy. For Libra, we had the Ten of Wands and now the King of Cups. The Ten of Wands is an energy of pressure. It can feel like a burden on your shoulders, usually because there are too many responsibilities, too many demands, or your needs and your expectations clash with the expectations and needs of other people. There must have been some stress around you, some pressure, and maybe you wanted to get rid of something or someone. Now the King of Cups is a much more gentle and calm energy. You will feel calmer this week and emotionally more grounded. A male who's a water sign will play a role to that. Cups court cards are often helpers, so if you need emotional support, this week will be offered to you. Your focus and attention will be on your personal relationships, probably on a romantic relationship, which must have been a little challenging the previous weeks, but now things are getting better. If someone was causing you stress, you will notice that this week they are getting more cooperative and more mellow. You will feel that the connection you share is a very special one, and it's best that you let them lead, knowing that they will probably let events take their natural course. Enjoy this connection without rushing to make things happen, because force and pressure will just cause resistance. Remember that this person loves to extreme and hates to extreme. If you want to know how someone feels about you, there are feelings. The King of Cups is a love card. There's definitely attraction, romantic feelings, sexual feelings, and there might be some sort of completion this week, as tens show the final stages of something, and so do kings, and I expect there will be a successful completion or an emotional release. As with the Ten of Wands, there's too much tension in general. Now you're going to find an outlet, and that will allow a relationship to improve or your needs to be met in some way, so things are looking up for you, Libra, this week. Someone in a position of authority will be willing to help you with your plans, and as long as you have this person in your team, you will get the support you need to move forward. This is a time to take leadership, but make sure that in doing so you remain benevolent and compassionate. For Scorpio, we had the Nine of Pentacles and now the Queen of Cups. Under the energy of the Nine of Pentacles, you must have felt very strong, you must have manifested an accomplishment, something you did very successfully, and you felt proud and very confident. The Nine of Pentacles is success in the material world, so something good must have happened the previous days, or the promise of something that's going to manifest soon. And this week you have the Queen of Cups, a person who's a water sign, and that person will play a significant role in your life. The Queen of Cups is associated with relationships, so there will be a very positive meeting with someone, and you will talk about your feelings, about the quality of your relationship and how to improve it, especially if you had problems lately. The Nine of Pentacles, like all nines, is a rather solitary card, so if last week you felt lonely or you felt that you could not connect as deeply as you wanted to, now you will see a change in that, as under the energy of the Queen of Cups you will be able to have a deeper and more meaningful connection with someone. There might be someone who will give you very valuable advice when it comes to relationships, and this person can be an older female, so make sure you listen to what they have to say, especially if they are more experienced than you are. Within 15 days from now, an emotional matter will come to a completion, and if you're wondering how someone is feeling about you, the Queen of Cups means that they have positive romantic feelings for you. However, it's important not to idealize anyone and to see your situation realistically without rose-tinted glasses. Also, this can be a week of beauty and healing, as you will be focused on creating a pleasant environment around you by doing things that provide emotional and spiritual comfort. Beauty treatments and changes are especially favored, so this is a good week to change your hair or to buy new clothes. Go with whatever makes your heart sing and avoid those people or situations that are negative and draining. For Sagittarius, we had the Sun and now the Three of Pentacles. The Sun is an energy of healing, a positive energy, clarity, in case you needed to clarify something, or if you needed to come out in the open with something. So maybe last week was a time of revelations, explanations, things that came into light, and things that were confusing started to make sense. The Three of Pentacles now brings a more practical vibe into your life. You will be making plans that have to do with your career, your finances, but you may also be working on a relationship. In any case, the Three of Pentacles shows effort and it shows that things are developing. You will see solid progress this week in matters that concern you, and that will make you feel good as the positive vibe of the sun is still around you. You will feel very productive, creative, and you will work with others because the Three of Pentacles is the card of teamwork. And that could be you working in a team literally, or you will be working with another person and you are making combined efforts to get something done. This can be either personal or professional. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, their feelings are getting more stable, their feelings are growing, as all threes show growth. Also, there seems to be a new element that will be introduced in your relationship and will make things grow in a way that's very positive for you and will allow you to build a more stable foundation. Threes usually show the early stages, so there are more stages to be experienced and more growth. The Three of Pentacles is Mars in Capricorn, and that means you will have a very structured schedule and you will be goal-oriented. This week you will probably organize something of great importance that will manifest in around 3 months from that time, and you are going to need your connections to help you with that. Wednesday might be an interesting day this week, and if you've been waiting for owed money or a loan, you will probably get it this week. Career matters are especially favored, and looking for a job these days will bring very good results. For Capricorn, we had the Ten of Cups and now the Moon. Two water cards, and both have to do with intense feelings. The Moon is a card of strong feelings, but also of emotional ups and downs, while the Ten of Cups is the culmination of the Suit of Cups, which means very strong emotional energy, very strong feelings. But the difference here is that the Ten of Cups is joy, it's a very positive energy, a happy vibe, while the Moon is uncertainty, confusion. Maybe you felt certain about something, but now there are fluctuations, like the phases of the Moon, and you are not so sure anymore. Emotionally, this week will bring some instability, it will bring some confusion even, but at the same time you will experience an intense emotional expression. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, feelings are strong, sexual energies are strong, but there is no stability in their feelings. Their moods change a lot, and that's affecting their feelings too. Don't make any serious decisions when it comes to relationships this week. Take time, see how you feel, make sure you know what you want, make sure you understand the intentions and the expectations of another person. If you feel that they are inconsistent, hot and cold, or your connection is on and off, you may want to consider whether this is a type of connection you are looking for and whether this connection is worth your time and energy. The Moon has a 1-month cycle, so all these different energies you will experience this week will culminate around mid to end July, and things will change several times until then. There will be many twists and turns, so give things time to unfold. See this time as a time when you can see things from all different angles and decide if emotionally you can find a certainty, a balance within yourself, and transcend those fears, analyze and resolve those unhealthy patterns that may be repeating in your relationships. The Moon is the subconscious, and you will be doing deep inner work these weeks, and that will soon be reflected on the outside world, on your reality, and you will start to see solid signs of progress in the coming 4 weeks. For Aquarius, we had the High Priestess and now the Knight of Swords. The High Priestess holds secret knowledge, so maybe there was something, a secret you were keeping last week, or someone else was keeping a secret from you, but now the Knight of Swords shows there will be a talk and that secret will come into light. Or maybe someone was hiding something from you and that will come out in the open, because the Knight of Swords is communication, progress, fast and unexpected developments. From the passive and slow energies of last week, you will experience the fast energy of this night, and things will be shifting very rapidly. If there were delays and slow progress, now there will be fast-moving energies, and someone or something will start moving forward in a way that may be unexpected and intense, but at the same time much needed. or someone will make a fast and unexpected decision that will surprise you. If you want to know how someone feels about you, their feelings may be like a roller coaster ride, and that's because there is attraction, but at the same time they must be annoyed by something that was said, and maybe they are now taking distance and they made some harsh judgments and they are doing battle with you, meaning there might be some arguments or disagreements with them, so you two may clash in some sort of conflict. This person may be someone who's an air sign or ascendant. If you're expecting something to happen and you're wondering when it will, it seems to be that between 10 to 15 days there will be progress or change. Don't forget that nights always go for change, and energies and events in your life this week will push you towards change, which means that if you try to maintain a situation as it is, there might be some resistance and opposition from others. You may want to take more risks this week, just make sure that they are not unnecessary risks, because this knight has the tendency to rush things and he easily gets impatient. There might be urges to act fast, to make changes fast, but try to control those urges until you have a clear understanding of what you need to do. For Pisces, we had the Five of Swords and now the Two of Swords. The Five of Swords shows conflicts and arguments, so you may have had a fight with someone last week and energies were a little crazy and weird, and maybe you said something you didn't mean, or someone else said something that you took very personally. Now with the Two of Swords, I expect there will be a reconciliation or a truce that will hold for a while, and you will get the chance to clarify things and to come to an agreement on how you want your relationship to be from now on. So this week energies will settle down. If there was a tension, intensity, now there will be peace and things will get calmer and more stable. I must say here that the Two of Swords rarely shows a final resolution. It usually shows a pause, a truce, because there is still some denial or some avoidance, but it will give you the time to do some thinking and to decide what you really want to do. Twos usually involve decisions and choices. It's possible that this week you will decide to take a step back and reflect on things and think about whether you want to go ahead with something or you prefer to quit and look for more suitable options. The Two of Swords is the moon in Libra, and that means you will make equality and justice a priority, and partnerships of any kind will be in your focus. You do want to feel safe and secure within a partnership, either personal or professional, because at this stage you find strength through your connection with others. Also, it will be difficult to trust your feelings because there will be many mood swings this week and emotional fluctuations, and one day you will feel that things are one way and then the next day another way, and there won't be emotional stability. The same you should expect from others too. Try not to get too caught up in emotional reactions, and most of all, don't try to understand another's feelings or emotional reactions. Leave that for next week, when things will be more stable, hopefully. The beginning of this week, Monday or Tuesday, has the strongest energy, and that's probably when you will feel the influence of this card the most. So these were the weekly tarot horoscopes for the week of June 27th to July the 3rd. I hope you enjoyed them, and I will see you next week. I wish you a happy and productive week.